You want to say something?
Say something, I'm giving up on
No. No. Huh. Hey! I hate these controls.
And with that, welcome back.
Because you can... You see the emote stuff?
Yeah, I know when you move the controller.
Yeah, it never works to me. I can figure out like 1 or 2 motions, and then I can stick to that, but all these, no. They never work. I would just be like, okay, here. Hooray! In multiplayer. In multiplayer, for example.
Yeah. So wait, hang on a second. Need to find the right one, and
then you're pointing
press.
down even though you helped someone.
So, yeah, welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls.
This.
Welcome to another 40 minutes of us running around like headless chickens. Hope you missed it. I certainly didn't. Thomas was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start the episode when I'm there," and I was like, "No, we need to show the way."
Why?
Because why not? It's a beautiful game, no?
Because we have already been there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you see it like that, we can just skip ahead to the next boss, right?
Not if the boss is in an area we haven't been yet.
I mean, come on. God damn it, Thomas. Okay, you know what? No, we gotta skip ahead. You're right. You.
No!
Or so now you want to, huh?
Yes!
He's presenting himself. Stop it! Perverted demon knights.
Yeah.
Hi, is that a snake? Are those snakes?
Yeah,
Will they bite you?
probably.
Oh. Oh, so it's a lizard.
Not the tree, but this... Whoa! What a tech... Oh, this one.
Careful.
Yeah.
You know what I kinda would think would be nice?
Huh?
What I think would be nice? Not that. If the enemies would attack each other.
Sometimes they do.
Really?
Yeah. Like... I'm out of Estus. Sometimes the enemies are like from... different groups.
Yeah. Careful, there's also a tree.
And not only would they attack each other, like with their hits, but they also attack each other. Like, when they are next to each other and you're not there, they attack each other.
Can you throw... Oh, you only have one fireball left. We're bringing them
Fireball!
back.
7 damage.
Fireball.
Do your magic.
Do you believe in magic?
Can you fall? Would you do me a favor and fall down?
Okay.
Not you.
The pixels!
I think he can't go up there.
You have a bow, by the way.
No, just wanted to show you.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, okay. That wasn't a thing in Demon Souls. No, attack! Quick!
Ha!
Die!
Huzzah!
Huzzah, husband. Have you seen The Great? It's an amazing show. Confusing as fuck, but great show.
What was the cat like the phrase again? The catchphrase. A sometimes accurate history story or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Did he kill it?
No, I killed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because of course it's not 100% lore accurate or lore history accurate.
Historical accurate.
Historically. Yeah, because first of all, Russians didn't speak English. Sorry, that was a stupid joke. But yeah, there's a lot of little details that is incorrect, like Peter the Great was not the same person that Catherine the Great was married to. In the show, I mean.
He's not Peter the Great.
Yeah. Well, and...
Oh no! Come on, guys.
Come on!
How is that karma?
Because you ran away from the other one.
I need to get my souls back.
But it's still a great show.
I liked the first season. I did not like the second one that much.
Yeah.
So far, what we have seen of it, at least.
But for you, it's always a little difficult to watch shows like these.
I mean, to me, it often feels like the second season or a later season was technically not supposed to happen.
Okay.
Because with American shows, it's very often that they just continue with the show because it has a good run. Mm-hmm. And they're not from the beginning starting out as, okay, this show will take this and that long, and this is what's gonna happen. They're more like, yeah, we do first season, see what happens, and if people like it, we make more.
Yeah. I mean, as we have been told by other people, that's literally how it works. Because as a showrunner, you cannot know for how long your show is going to continue.
Yeah.
And as we have also learned with other things, with other media, the original writers often no, that's not what I want to say.
Okay.
Often or almost always do not have a say in when their story can end.
Can I show you something?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, was it here?
Are you stuck now?
Yeah.
Well, what was the point of that?
I cannot get out of here.
And how do we continue now? Thomas.
I have a homeward bone.
Did you just want to go back to the Firelink Shrine?
I will not return to the Firelink Shrine like that.
Okay.
I return to the last bonfire.
Okay, and just for shits and giggles, why did you want to do that?
I didn't want to do that. In particular, I wanted to collect the item that was there.
There was an item?
The partisan.
Partisan?
A spear.
Oh, I didn't see that, I'm sorry.
Continue with the showrunner stories.
I'm not sure if that's actually true, but...
We've been told.
There are people that we watch, whose content we consume, who are like, yeah, show writers only get told, yeah, write another season. The story doesn't make sense, doesn't matter, just write another season. Yeah, I forgot what I originally wanted to say, I'm sorry.
We were talking about how the whole show was not planned out from the beginning.
That doesn't help me with what I wanted to say, though. But thanks, you tried, I guess.
Yeah, because I like short stuff more. Like, Marry My Husband was just one season. and it told its story, and it's finished, and that's it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but to be fair, Marry My Husband is based on something that had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah, but why can't people just write shows like that? Like
Because quotas.
not necessarily quotas, but also I think a lot of people just want more of the same thing. That's what we talked about with games a lot of times. Oh yeah, I want another game. Yeah, what should be in that game? Yeah, just make more. Yeah, but what new ideas could we bring with it? Make the same, but more.
Yeah, and then they make another game and people
And-
are disappointed because it's just the same.
Yeah,
And it's boring because we've already played something like that. I mean, sure, there are people who like that, who actually are satisfied with something like that because that is basically what they wanted. But in our opinion, there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, make another one, but make it different. And then they make another one and they try to make something new, like some new mechanics or something new to the game, so it has a justification why it's there, and then people hate it. Or they do something completely different and people hated it because they expected another game from the franchise they already know.
That's a rare ember you have there. I've seen one of those before. It's the ember of a divine blacksmith. Might you consider leaving that with me? I
Oh.
can produce divine weapons with a flame such as that.
Well,
yeah. We got the divine ember from the
Yeah, from the
dead
blacksmith.
I already forgot.
Well, thanks for that. You
Sorry,
made
I
a
interrupted
right
you.
decision. You soon shall see.
It's okay. Anyway, yeah, different tastes and different stuff suits different tastes, which in and of itself isn't a problem. But like with
Don't get yourself killed.
like we talked about recently with the the director of the Witcher games. I think it was the director. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
One of the creative directors of CD Projekt, he left the company because he wanted to do something new, in quote new, because he wanted to make a Witcher-like game that is not The Witcher. He had, I think in an interview he said he had some crazy ideas that would have not suited a Witcher game, but he wanted to do something with that, and he wanted to make his own stuff with that. And yeah, and now he's making, what was the name again? Blood of the Dawnwalker, I think.
Okay.
And I saw some I saw some footage of that. I mean, it was mainly cutscenes, I think. And I thought, that looks awesome. That looks cool. I'm looking forward to that. Because people have certain expectation of established studios, so to say, I think.
Not only studios, but also
Yeah, also game franchises.
yeah.
But mostly studios do one franchise that they're really known for. Not that's
Yeah.
of course that's not only true. That's not always true, but like when you say, for example, From Software is mostly known for the Souls games.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring that up because Miyazaki is known for not liking to do sequels.
Yeah,
Because he did Demon Souls, then he did Dark Souls, then he worked on Bloodborne. Dark Souls 2 was not directed by him,
yeah,
and instead he did Dark Souls 3.
yeah.
And then he did Elden Ring. Yeah, because when I say people are sometimes very simple, but also in that regard simple-minded, because as I said, they're just like, we want more. Yeah, Dark Souls was very popular. We want another Dark Souls. People didn't even know about Demon's Souls.
You can call it Demon Souls.
Even though technically it is basically another Dark Souls. Yeah, sure, it has not that many similarities in ideas and how they did stuff.
It was the precursor.
Yeah, it's quite different, but it's its own experience.
We had fun with the game.
Yeah. And by doing a sequel to an established game, you limit yourself. Especially if you do not have an idea to
go with.
Yeah, to go with or to do the story.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls story is technically finished. Dark Souls 1 has 2 endings.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if you do a sequel, you choose one ending basically.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm kind of afraid with Mass Effect, because there's supposed to be another Mass Effect that continues the Shepard trilogy, if I'm informed correctly. And with Mass Effect 3, which endings, in my opinion, all were a mess. Yeah, I wonder what ending are they gonna go with. Because depending on what ending they go with, a lot of stuff changes, a lot of characters are probably dead, entire species are basically gone, or we have an entirely new
Government?
No, not government, but standard of life forms, because you have the ending where organic and synthetic beings become basically one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's the one where you just like, yeah, no, everything's eh.
Yeah, and
Oh, and then there's the fourth ending where Shepard is like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Let the cycle continue, I guess.
and that's the problem with sequels, even story sequels to games with different endings. It's often basically a big fuck you to a certain group of the fan base that like one ending. Because you kind of have to go with one ending.
Because it's like, I mean, maybe they also went the route of, yeah, no, we take every ending into consideration.
Sometimes it's ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Dark Souls 2, technically, I think nothing indicates that one or the other ending in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
But in other games, it's like, oh, so I don't know, this character is alive, so it must be this ending.
Yeah, but I meant now specifically for BioWare, because usually they take stuff like that into consideration when they make sequels.
We used the Watchtower basement key.
Oh, yeah.
You mean like little choices?
No, like the ending.
Oh,
Maybe-
every ending?
Maybe they make a story catered to each
Oh.
Mass Effect 3 ending.
Yeah, but that's the thing with the endings of the BioWare games. Most of, at least in like Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, I don't know about Dragon Age Inquisition because I haven't finished the game. All the endings basically lead to the same thing,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter that much.
It just changes a couple details every now
Hey,
and then.
buddy.
Anyway, not what I wanted to say, if I might jump back to point.
Yeah, sure.
What I wanted to say is, at least for me, I like patterns. And if I am told there is a new game of that and that series, yeah, of course, I expect a game that works like that. I expect a game that is like something that I already know from that franchise. And for some people it's the same. For others, that is a bad thing though. And thusly you will also you will always disappoint part of your audience. You can never satisfy everyone, and depending on who you satisfy of your audience, the game can be a hit or a miss. Like with Dragon Age Veilguard, still haven't played it, so I can't say too much. But I don't hear anything positive about the game. I just hear from all corners of the internet that it is not successful. That the company expected way more a way higher player count than it has so far. I think if that information is actually correct, they expected like 50% more. Like they have a player base of 1.5 million and they expected at least 3.
Hey.
And thusly that means they haven't even sold 1.5 million copies of the game, because into the counted players there's also the test versions and a lot of stuff like that. And yeah.
I defeated Havel.
Who?
Or a Havel Knight,
Oh.
at least.
Okay. Like a Baldur Knight, but different. Havel's Ring. Okay.
But I think this is the actual guy.
Oh, okay.
Continue?
Yeah. So, yeah, if you, for example, we've talked about that with the Castlevania games.
Yeah.
I think Lords of Shadow was a little for people.
Yeah.
To me, it was my very first Castlevania experience, though.
Yeah.
And I thought it's a pretty cool game. Haven't played it yet myself. I just watched a let's play of it by someone else. And I thought it's a pretty cool game. I want to play that someday. And so we decided when we play Castlevania on the channel, Thomas is going to play the classics and I'm going to play Lords of Shadows. But yeah, I think a lot of people are like, oh, this is not a true Castlevania game. This is shit.
Which is...
Because it's different. Because it's not what classic
yeah.
Castle... Hi. You look cool.
Yeah. And he has friends.
Good for you. Friends are a nice thing to have.
I wish I had some.
You have me? Am I not a good friend?
You are. You are my friend.
You are my friend!
What was that, Naruto?
Yeah, anime is another very good example. I do not care for Naruto. I like OG Naruto and I also like Shippuden for a long time. Doesn't mean that I do not like it anymore.
Did you mean then Boruto?
No. What I wanted to say...
Whoa!
I wouldn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't watch it nowadays.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's way too big. It takes way too much time.
You keep the fillers out and it's fine. Oh, see? They kill each other.
I did not see, I'm sorry. Because I'm focusing on talking right now, so I think it's better to shut the fuck up. Probably no one cares about my opinion anyway.
I do.
Yeah, you do. We can talk about it off camera.
People like different stuff.
Yeah, and you can never satisfy everyone.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, I like Naruto. I just wouldn't want to watch it as a whole again. What is that? What the heck are you? Whoa!
Yep.
Hail Hydra!
This is a motherfucker.
No, it's a Hydra. Or something like that.
It is a Hydra.
It's Frank's cousin.
Closer, my dear.
I don't think it will.
Well, I can't attack it there.
You can throw fireballs.
They don't reach it. Which is actually... I feel like the fireballs in this game have like no reach at all.
Hmm. While you're trying to figure out, let me go back to my tangent that no one cares about.
What I think I will go somewhere else.
Yeah, you could do.
what I think is, because with the example of Dark Souls, if you do a sequel to something,
Yeah.
you limit yourself. If it doesn't have to be in the universe of the game or the show or something, you limit yourself in that regard that you have to stick with the story that is established. It doesn't matter if it's a prequel or a sequel. And you have to stick with the rules of the world.
Yeah.
For example, in Dark Souls, you not with the rules of the world here, but if you have a Dark Souls, people expect you to have like sorceries, miracles, and pyromancies.
Mm-hmm.
If you suddenly have Dark Souls that only has sorceries, it's like, well, why? But what if you want to do a more detailed system with sorceries?
Mm-hmm. Like not just pyromancy and stuff,
Yeah,
but
not just like, oh, I cast a spell, but you make a very detailed form of that.
mm-hmm.
Then you would still need to establish miracles and pyromancies and have all that in order to sell it as a Dark Souls game. Because if the next Dark Souls game there will be no next Dark Souls game, but if Dark Souls 2 would have been like a hack and slash, how is that still Dark Souls?
Yeah, similar thing with what I said about Castlevania, because Lords of Shadow, I think, is more of a hack and slash.
Yeah, it's from what I've seen, it plays like God of War and such.
Yeah.
God of War or Devil May Cry,
Yeah.
those games.
Which are basically hack and slash games.
Yeah, which is fine, but for people who
Played the classic Castlevanias.
no, classic was not that important at that time. It's more like the Metroidvanias.
Is that not the same?
No.
Okay.
There's also a difference, and people did not like the Metroidvania games because they're like, oh, I want my classic Castlevania games. Which, yeah, if you like those more than the Metroidvania style games, of course you want more of that. Have to rethink real quick.
Yeah.
But for example, Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Bloodborne would not have been, like, from the system it has, would not have been a good Dark Souls game.
No.
Not because of the weapons and the style, but also you have very limited magic, for example. You have like maybe 10 spells in total.
There's magic in Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Huh.
And there are not that many weapons. Because you have the transforming weapons, which makes every weapon be like 2 different weapons.
Yeah.
But they're not as many. But for a Dark Souls game, that would be like not what people want from a Dark Souls game.
And still, Bloodborne is a pretty popular game.
Yeah, because
What are you?
it didn't have the limitations of being a Dark Souls game.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I want to throw in there, because you say you set yourself up with limitations, if you have a full story in your head, like from the very beginning you plan to make it a 3-parter or whatever, that's perfectly fine, of course. But if you come up with a story for a game, for example, and that story is over in one game, then you set yourself up with limitations.
How was it said in Scream? It's not a trilogy. It's one movie in released in 3 parts.
Huh?
In Scream, they talked about trilogies,
Oh,
and they talked about, I think,
and they talked about.
About
you mean in the second movie
was it the second one?
where they
I think
talk
so,
about
yeah.
where they talk about continuations.
Or was it the third?
No, that where they
Yeah,
talk
but-
about continuations.
But they talked
May
about.
I finish?
Yeah.
where they talk about continuations or sequels, that's in the second movie, where they're like, what about this and that movie? Nah, that was planned as a whole.
With Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
Star Wars was planned as a whole. Same with Lords of the Rings, because Lords of the Rings basically is one book.
Yeah, same as
It's
The Hobbit.
technically not a trilogy.
Yeah.
It's one big thing released in 3 parts.
And then there's the Rings of Power.
We do not talk about the Rings of Power.
We have-
Depths.
We haven't seen the Rings of Power.
We do not talk about the Rings of Power.
We will watch the Rings of Power. So we can talk smack about it.
Can we rather play Demon Souls again?
Sure.
At some point, maybe. But yeah, basically that if you have a big story in mind, but it's just too much for one game. In general, if you have more story ideas, of course, that's okay. But if you force yourself to have a story just because something went well, like, oh, this game was popular, and we have to make more of this, it often does not come out as
good
As
as
good,
the
yeah.
original, because prominent examples for that are, to us at least, and people have varied opinions on that, which is perfectly normal with something that is that big. Guild Wars 2, the story of Guild Wars 2. I think it would be... I would like 10 grams of extra wurst.
no.
Do you have extra wurst? I would also be happy with some salami.
Butt stabber.
So no salami?
They have no salami. They have only pepperoni.
Ah, the pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
The pepperoni.
I'm so pepperoni.
Oh, you want to be off when?
I guess not.
I guess he didn't want to be off when.
Let's push him in. Ooh, what's this?
Funny, if I Google extra wurst, it says extra sausage. Or special favor. Because you want an extra wurst.
That's what it basically means.
Yeah.
Because
There's this German idiom where you say, du willst mal wieder eine extra Wurst. I have to do a special favor for you again, huh?
or someone gets the extra Wurst, which is like, oh, someone gets more than others.
Yeah. Someone gets the extra. I mean, it basically means, with that, it basically means the same in English. Oh, you're so extra.
Mm.
Yeah, but back to Guild Wars 2. The story of Guild Wars 2 could have had such a great ending already. It had multiple great endings. And then it kept going. And it kept going. And it's
Yeah.
still going. I mean, when does the next expansion show up? Couple
This-
months?
In August, I think,
Yeah.
or something like that. And it feels like the last one. I mean, the last one is literally not even a year ago. It was also in August of 2024.
Yeah. Like Wilds of Yant. I know it's called Yantia Wilds, but I call it Wilds of Yantia because I like the name pattern. The off
We
name
like
pattern.
patterns.
Because it was always Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, End of Dragons.
Pyromancy ahead.
And that's why I call it Wilds of Yantir.
Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Okay.
You will blow all of this up, right?
Oh, there you are. You must help me. Or else she'll have me for lunch. You're my only hope.
She?
Oh, please.
Sorry, I was so fascinated by your bow moving through the keg. What is she doing? She will
Have him for lunch.
Oh.
There you are. You must help me.
or else she'll have me for lunch.
Oh.
You're my only hope. Oh, please.
Because I just saw the tip of your bow being on top of the barrel, and I thought, what is that? Is that like a pen rolling?
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you,
Who
dear.
is she?
I am Laurentius, or the Great Swan. I will not forget my debt to you.
He a mage?
Yeah, he's a pyromancer. Where's my binoculars? Hey, buddy.
I see you also like pretty pebbles.
I can't move. That's weird.
Because you're looking through binoculars.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Okay.
So I guess you had to dodge through the barrels? Because if you would have swung your sword, you would have killed him?
Yeah, I would have killed him. And I think those are explosives.
Oh.
Which is why he couldn't save himself, because
Yeah.
pyromancy.
So there was a bunch of empty barrels that you dodged through? Did they look different?
No, the like the barrels that would have exploded, if those are barrels like that, they will only explode when you hit them with fire.
Ah, okay. Because you didn't dodge through the rest?
But yeah, let stories end.
Yeah, similar with World of Warcraft. I mean, I don't know how well people take the current. It's the blob! It's the blob! Disgusting! You're dead now! You're a piece of food!
No, I'm not.
Who has seen the blob movie? I don't know how well people take the current World of Warcraft expansions, but like when I talked to your cousin, he was like, yeah, and now we have to fight this, and then we have to fight that, and there is a content creator whose name is Nim. I think he doesn't do much anymore these days, unfortunately, but he made a song where he was singing the line, "They'll have us fight Jesus Christ" at some point in a later update. Because, yeah, similar thing with Guild Wars. First we fought the dragons, then in between we fought gods, then we fought dragons again, then we fought the void, then we fought demons, and now we're fighting the titans. What else do you want us to do at some point? Similar thing like I've mentioned with Naruto. At first it was a bunch of kids fighting each other, then it was a bunch of kids fighting grown-ups, then it was a bunch of kids fighting a war, and at some point they were fighting the goddess of chakra.
And now there's more.
Yeah, and now there's the children of that goddess, and I haven't seen Boruto. But I think there it is, at some point it's about Kaguya's children.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter, but stuff has to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like with Dragon Ball, of course at some point Goku is going to fight something that is even worse than the Destroyer Gods.
The problem is...
No. Let me finish real quick. Because that's just the pattern of Dragon Balls. Yes, I know I've said Dragon Balls. It's Dragon Balls.
Imminent safe zone. It's locked. God damn it.
What did you want to say?
Huh? Technically Dragon Ball was finished. It's my problem with that.
After Piccolo, you mean?
No, with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, with Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
The manga was all Dragon Ball. There was no Dragon Ball Z manga.
Ah, okay. So no Dragon Ball Z's?
No Dragon Ball Z's. It was finished, and now there's more. And for people who wanted more, it's great, of course. God damn it.
And then there was Dragon Ball GT.
as I said before, I think in private, but everyone who's shitting on Dragon Ball GT usually does so about the first half, and everyone who's like praising GT does that about the second half.
Totally not me, who has only seen the fight with Baby.
It's
And completely missed everything before that.
it's his very own phenomenon. It's phenomenon.
Yeah. And,
Lying in ambush ahead.
and 4 times Super Saiyan. What is it called in English?
Super Saiyan 4.
Super Saiyan 4. And Super Saiyan 4 is just godlike. Best form of Goku.
That's true.
But yeah.
Haha.
Thank you for coming to our opinion talk that no one asked for. You can continue some more.
You sure?
I don't know, how long are these sewers continuing?
A long time.
Okay, then what I meant to say.
Did the red disappear?
Yeah. I'm sorry if I cannot form cohesive thoughts sometimes.
Maybe we'll do a video about that one day. But so far, what's your opinion of that?
Yeah, and I'm sorry if you're angry now because of what I said. Please forgive me,
It's just an opinion of some random internet
person.
So
Yeah, but sometimes when I'm rambling, I say stuff that I don't mean in the way I say it, and then I think about it, and then I start rambling even more, and I just dig my hole
let's
deeper.
play Red Ball.
I just dig my hole deeper and deeper until I can't get out of it anymore, and then I think about what did I want to say originally. Anyway, bye!
Bye. And he kicks and oh, it's goal!
Goal!
Goal! Goal!